3330 North Academy Boulevard. So, actually, Treasy out on the new patio deck this on Thursday. I'll be, that's right, I'll be DJing this Thursday patio deck. Come out, hang out with me. Let's party it up. Forget about all the nonsense and actually just have a good time again. You know? You don't have to be on Facebook, annoying each other. We can just annoy each other in person. It's way funner. And less abrasive. So let's do this. As far as traffic goes, though, I really don't have any traffic. Actually, 40 minutes from downtown Colorado Springs to downtown Pueblo. I'm seeing a couple of slower than normal speeds right around the Littleton exit, the 225 exit, that is. And, of course, right after the Parker exit. Also, there's a construction zone right around the Black Forest exit, just south of Monument, north of the Springs. So be prepared for a few of those situations. I believe it's right where Highway 83 bumps back into the interstate or near the interstate. There, south of Monument is where that construction zone is. So that is adding a couple of minutes to the commute, but nothing really terrible or too crazy to worry about. Shifting gears to the coronavirus report, as of today, we have over 118,000 infected Americans across the United States. As far as new cases, we definitely seen a spike that ended up teetering out about, somewhere in the ballpark of 2,000 or 3,000 higher than the weeks before, like 2 or 3 weeks before. Yeah. So we're starting to see that spike again. And like I said back about a month ago, I said, listen, we're just opening up. It's going to take a couple of weeks, maybe 3 to 4 weeks before we start to see it. Well, once again, it brings me no pleasure in being correct about bad information. Just understand that. I don't like being right. I really don't. Because this is one of the ones that I'm right on, and I keep getting it right. And unfortunately, getting it right, it's because I've been predicting the side of things happening the way they are. And like I said, I don't take any pleasure in getting that stuff right, Cammy. I don't. I wanted to be wrong. I tell you what, guys, I wish I could walk into this job every single day and tell you the facts of the news, tell you it's going to happen a certain way that doesn't sound so great, and then when it doesn't, look like a total buffoon. I'd take that any day of the week. I would, because at least it would work out for the better.
Right.
The facts are is that I don't sugarcoat it, I don't beat around the bush, and so that's why I kind of, quite often, as they say, hit the nail on the head with it. I don't like being right. Like Cammy's telling you right now, my face has a face of concern right now. I do not enjoy being right, because within being right, I'm usually using nothing but facts to line that what I believe is going to happen out, and that sucks. Like I said, it doesn't. It's not always fun to be right. It's not, but when it is fun to be right. It's like when I was right about the Avs was going to be dope this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was fun to be right about. Let me tell you about that. As a matter of fact, let's get inside the Avalanche, because the only place you ever want to be in an Avalanche is right here on this show. You don't want to be in a real Avalanche, according to people who have been in an Avalanche. Excitement brewing over the playoffs returning. The Avs are going to need to have the right keys to success to bring home Lord Stanley's Cup. But what are those right things, those keys to success? Why is it saying... The link is the link to our Spotify for some reason. Anyway, here, I actually can pull that back up really quick here. So, but anyway, I think that a lot of the excitement behind the Avalanche and what could be their success in the playoffs really, I think boils down to, one, McKinnon. Two, can they come back skating strong like how they kind of started the season off back in October, where they came out so strong and they kind of slowed down in the middle of the season and got back strong again? That's my question is, what Avalanche team is going to show up? Is it that midseason team that struggled with teams, or is it that early season team that kept finding ways to win but couldn't win in overtime? Or was that late season team that somehow found it all, put it all together, was winning games, stringing games together, obviously, keeping themselves right in the running for first place in the West, stringing games together, but not only doing that, but also winning very crucial overtime games where you go in overtime tied and you're trying to get a win. You don't want to split points. You don't want to tie. You want the win. That's just the end of it.
Right.
So here are some of my keys to the Avalanche and their potential or impending success come the playoffs. They're going to be in a round robin tournament. One thing that's going to be nice for Colorado or for the Avs though is it's going to be, as far as traveling goes and as far as issues as far as going places and being where they need to be, Colorado has what we like to call the endless summer or the Indian summer. It goes well into late August or October sometimes.
Right.
I think that that's probably one of the bigger keys to the game is injury mitigation. I don't care who you are, what playoff team you are. If you cannot mitigate serious injuries and keep guys on the ice playing, you can't win that beautiful, lovely, silver, shiny. I'm like a squirrel when I see it. I just want to go touch it. I just want to put my fingerprint on the Stanley Cup, okay? Don't hate me for it. I think that the Avalanche needs to keep showing locker leadership from guys like McKinnon, guys like Dornsko. I love you guys and all your wonderful Eastern European names, but I totally have a hard time with these. I just cannot get these right. But anyway, I think they need leadership because people were major liabilities this season as far as really not being leaders on the ice and not showing that leadership ability, and that is critical in the playoffs for the Avalanche. And I think the biggest thing, one of the most biggest things for the Avalanche is we cannot depend on just a couple of stars like McKinnon to win it for us. That's never going to happen. Not just McKinnon. You got to understand that we have to have scoring depth. We have to have guys that are hitting shots from up near the top of the blue line. We have to have, those are defensemen, by the way, that take those shots up near the blue line. Right. So you have to have guys that are going to be able to take shots up near the blue line. You have to have guys that can score, that are on the second and third and fourth shifts, and you have to have penalty kill guys that are penalty kills, and you have to have penalties that put points on the board. The bottom line is scoring depth. If the Avalanche can put together scoring depth, I don't care who you are, I don't think you can outscore us. No one in the NHL.
Yeah, it's blazing.
Somebody out there's fucking pissed as fuck right now because I just said no one can outscore the Avalanche. But you know what I say to that? We live in Colorado, bitch.